Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, welcome to Vlogmas Day 1, I guess this is going to be. I'm sorry that I sound awful. I currently have the flu. So if there's a lot of jump cuts, it's because I'm coughing. I'm going to have a cough drop in my mouth, so I'm sorry if that bothers you. But we're going to talk about the books that I read, and okay, so I've been gone for a while. I've posted here and there some, but for most of the second half of this year, I haven't posted consistently, which sucks, and I miss it. And I planned on like having all of this content that I was going to post, and I was going to be ready to go every day in December and do Vlogmas heavily. But then I got sick at the end of October, and then I had a launch for J Sky that I had to prep for, and then now I have the flu. So what's been going on in my life? I posted a vlog of a Teen Wolf convention that I did at the end of October, which I got sick right after that. So I started November sick and I ended November sick, so we're doing great over here. But that video was so fun. That convention was so fun. I'm so excited about Always and Forever, which is going to be in March, which I'm also going to be doing. I'm doing media for it. I'm doing photography for it. So that's going to be so much fun. I will tell you more about that in a later video. I'm definitely going to vlog it, but everything you need to know is at alwaysandforevercon.com. So, but if you want a full video of like everything that's going to be going on and everything, let me know. I will definitely do that once more information comes out. Some more people have been announced, all that kind of stuff. But I do talk about it at the end of that video. So go watch that video. Next, I'm going to be redoing my shelves again. I know I just posted my redoing my shelves video, but that was filmed months ago. I posted it like a month ago, but it was filmed months ago. So I'm going to be redoing them again because I did just order a couple more of these skinny, tall Billy bookcases. They didn't have any of the like regular size ones in stock, but I did order a couple of those. So I'm going to get rid of at least one of those like rickety Walmart shelves over there. I'm probably going to get rid of the Walmart one and keep my Target ones. But I digress. So that's going to be coming. I have some other fun things that I have planned. Hopefully, I'm going to try to post as much as I can in December. I'm not going to promise an everyday video. I'm not going to promise a 5 days a week video like I did last year for Vlogmas. But I'm going to post as much as I can. So I haven't talked to you about the books I read in September, October, or November. So that's what we're going to do today, is talk about the books I read in September. We're going to do a separate video for October, a separate video for November. They're going to be 3 different videos. They might all be short videos, but it gives me 3 days worth of content. And I'm sorry, but I'm trying. I finally finished Crush. Yay! Everybody cheer. I finally finished Crush, which is the second book in the Crave series. I've been trying to read this book for like 5 months probably. This book sat with like 10 chapters read, and now I've finished it. So that's good. I'm glad I finished it. But it's done, and I have thoughts. If you don't know what Crave is about this girl named Grace, and her parents die, so she's forced to move to Alaska to this like academy that her uncle is like the headmaster of, basically. And come to find out, this is an academy full of magical beasts and yada yada yada, vampires, werewolves, dragons, witches, all these things. So the boy that she ends up meeting, his name is Jackson Vega, and he is like the leader of the vampires. A lot goes down in that book. Major things happen to Grace, and then there is a 4-month time jump from it to Crush. And then so much happens in Crush. Holy crap. So much happens in this book. It's giving Vampire Diaries, it's giving Twilight, it's giving all of those things. And I don't really want to, like, there's a huge part of this that I don't want to talk about because I don't want to give it away, because it's like a big thing that happens at the end of the other book. So, just know, I did like it. I ended up listening to the audiobook for like the second half of this, which was good. I didn't mind it. I'm excited to see what happens in the next one, because holy cliffhanger, this book, all of their books, all of these books, both books have ended in a cliffhanger, and I know that it's gonna be an issue later because the cliffhangers are only going to get worse, and I'm not excited about it. But I did read Crush. I rated it 4.5 stars. It wasn't as like captivating to me as Crave was, but it definitely has me interested still. I'd still want to read the rest of the series. And then I read The Oath We Give. I can't believe I haven't talked about this on camera. I'm gonna cry. The Oath We Give is the 5th book in the Hollow Boy series by Monty J. Y'all already know I'm so obsessed with the series. Y'all already know I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Finally, we get Silas's book, and if you don't know the story of this series, it's these 4 bad boys. They're from the same town. They're all best friends. They're all the outcast. And the first book picks up when Silas's girlfriend is, and the boys want revenge. They want to find out why and how and who. Of course. So these are very dark romances. Make sure to look up trigger warnings. But our boy Silas finally gets a happily ever after. So it's Silas and Coraline, and I just love them so much, and Silas is really out here fighting tooth and nail to be my favorite Hollow Boy. He's not going to be, because I love Rook with my whole heart. With my whole heart, my chest, my being, everything in me loves Rook Van Doren. And I will not apologize for that. I'm not going to be an apologist for loving Rook Van Doren. I'm not going to do it. But I do love Silas. I love Coraline. I know it's like, it's meant to be like kind of love, and I love it so much. The scene in the bridal shop. It's Marriage of Convenience, by the way. It's very My Wife, Marriage of Convenience. I loved this. I ate it up. I loved every second of it. I'm so sad that this series is over. I'm so sad that this series is over. But we are getting a next gen, which I'm so excited about. Monty's already released the name of the series, which is The River Styx Heathens. It's gonna be so good. And we know we're getting 5 books. Wrath of an Exile, Whisper of a Shadow, Fall of a King, Lies of a Saint, and Song of a Crow. Ooh! So, this is coming next year. So if you've not read the Hollow Boy series, read it now so that you'll be ready for when these come out next year. That's all I'm saying. Please do it. Thank you. I love this. 5 stars, 5 bazillion stars. As many stars as I can give this book, that is how many it gets. And then I read Absolutely Not in Love, which was a big collaborative thing that Jenny Proctor did. It was like a bunch of different authors wrote a book in this series, and it all came out at the same time. So her book was book 7. It's all obviously interconnected standalones. But we got a Jenny Proctor hockey book, and I was so excited about it. If you don't know, Jenny Proctor writes closed door romance. A lot of her stuff is a lot more sweet and innocent, and I love it. It's a really good palate cleanser usually for me from my dark and eerie and mysterious spooky serial killers. So this is about Felix and Gracie, and they are neighbors, and she plays the cello, I believe, and lives next to Felix. Felix is a minor league hockey player, and Gracie hates hockey players. Her brother grew up playing hockey. She's only had bad experiences with hockey players, so she's not about it. And when her apartment floods, she is forced to move in with Felix for a short amount of time. Felix has this love for classical music, so they connect over that and a bunch of other stuff. It's really, really sweet and cute, and she's a music teacher, and I just loved this. It's just so sweet, wholesome, cute, like wrapped up into one. But you do get a little bit of tension with the forced proximity and the angst of her not wanting to like a hockey player. So super cute. I didn't read any of the others in this series. I probably am not going to, because there's 6 other books that I'd have to read. I gave this one 4 stars. It wasn't my favorite Jenny book ever. I didn't like connect with the characters. I don't know a lot about classical music. I don't know a lot about the cello, so I didn't like have those things to connect with them, but was still a really good book. Still love Jenny with my whole heart. Then I read Watch Your Mouth, which is the second Kings of the Ice book by Candy Steiner. I read Met Your Match when it came out, and I loved every single second of it. It was so good. I love Candy's writing. I've read a good many Candy Steiner books now. I think I've read like 4 or 5. At least 5. Yeah, at least 5 Candy Steiner books, and I've loved them all. This one was really fun. It was, I actually got an ARC for this one. I've been waiting on this one since book 1. Since book 1, we saw like a little snippet of this couple, and I've been waiting on it since then. This is Grace and Jackson, not Gracie like the last book, but Grace and Jackson. It's a hockey romance. He is on the team with her brother, so his brother's best friend. It's opposites attract. It's age gap. It's forced proximity. It's road trip. Thank you. Give it to me. Put it all in this book and throw it at me. I'll catch it and I'll read it. Grace shows up at her brother's house while Jackson's there and is a mess. And it turns out her boyfriend broke up with her, and Jackson's like, okay, hey, you want to get out of here? And so they leave on a road trip, and they have a month to just do whatever they want before he has to be back for hockey, for like summer training and stuff. So they've agreed that like it's this month and then it's nothing else. They literally get in a car in Florida and they drive through all of this stuff, and you find out all of these things that Jackson has going on with like his family and his parents, and it's just a really cool like little road trip thing. And she like vlogs every day, like she has like a little thing where she video diaries every day, and so he starts doing it with her. It's so cute. It's so freaking cute. The spice is really good. Of course, it's Candy Steiner. I loved this so much. I loved this so much. It was so good. It was so good. 5 stars. And then I read The Spotlight by Ann Anderson. I read Anne's first book when it came out, which was Forgive or Forget Me. I liked it. I wasn't crazy about it. I didn't really love the male main character in that one. So wasn't crazy about this. But this is her first in her Sovereign Kings series. This is going to be all like rock star romance. This is Conway and Sienna, and so Sienna runs into Conway when he tries to hit on her at like backstage at this I guess it'd be like a talk show. It's like a talk show. And she's mad because he doesn't recognize her because his sister and Sienna were best friends growing up. And so Sienna is working for this like modeling agency, and then the guy that runs the modeling agency is short a model and makes Sienna fill in, and Sienna is not a size 2 model, which she shouldn't have to be. Models should be any size. But she ends up, the dress rips on stage, and then all of these things happen, and Conway's sister steps in and like basically ruins this guy's career for putting her in this position of trying to wear a dress that was too small for her. Anyway, so that projects Sienna into a modeling career that she doesn't really want. She doesn't want to be a model. And then Conway is like fighting tooth and nail to try to get her to pay attention to him, to try to get her to forgive him for being a douchey rock star, which is what he is. He's a playboy. He's but he's showing actual interest in Sienna. So she starts to let him in, and she sees the good sides to Conway. This one was a lot better than the first one I read. I'm about to read her holiday novella, and I'm very excited about it because this man would do anything for his girl, and that's the way it should be, and that's not how it was in that first book. This one was very good. I'm very excited about the other books in this series. I wish that we would have gotten his sister and her husband's book. I wish we would have gotten that because I love them, but we'll see how the rest plays out. Maybe we'll get a little sneak peek into their past and how they got together. But this was really cute. I gave it 4.5 stars. Right, and then I read Hopeless, which is book 5 in this Chestnut Spring series, which I'm so excited about. I think this was my favorite book in this series. I know it's hard to pick because this whole series was absolutely fantastic, and I did love Powerless. Powerless was probably my second favorite, but there is something about Bo Eaton. Let me tell you, there's something about Bo Eaton. I loved Bo. I feel like some people didn't love Bo, but I loved Bo. He is struggling currently in his life. If you've not read any of these books, please go read this series. This is such a good small town romance series by Elsie Silver. Bo is a former military man. He was MIA for a couple weeks in action and was burned really badly on his feet. So now he is having to return to civilian life and figure out how to deal with all this and deal with the anger that he has. He starts going to the bar, which is where this girl Bailey works, and Bailey is kind of like the town outcast. Like, her family is not loved by this town like the Eatons are. His brothers and his dad are always getting arrested, are always doing drugs, are always in trouble. She's just so sweet and innocent and just trying to get out of this town. So Bo ends up making her a deal for, because she says if she had his last name, then things would be different for her. So he's like, okay, well, you can have it. So they end up becoming fake fiancés. They get fake engaged. So it's forced proximity. It's very tortured hero, a virgin heroine, forced proximity, age gap. I think there's a 12-year age gap between the two of them. 12 or 13. She's like 22 and he's like 34, 35. He falls first. Bo Eaton falls, and he falls hard, and I loved it. I want to go reread this book right now. I want to go reread it. I love it so much. I want to go reread it. I'm not going to, but I want to. I want to. 5 stars. This is fantastic. I loved every second of it. Sorry if it came removed. My battery died, and I also was coughing my head off. So that was everything that I read in, I guess, September and October. I didn't realize I did not read anything in September. I read like 1 book. And that was Home Run Proposal, and I told you about it in my last vlog. So that was everything that I read in September and October. I will do a separate video for the few that I read in November. It wasn't many, but I did read some. So thank you so much for watching. Happy Vlogmas Day 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is getting dark outside and I am losing my light. So, we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, I'm going to try to post as much as I can this month. I'm going to try to post a bunch. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me while I try to figure out my life and try to start uploading more frequently. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!